before you talk about that, I want to mention, I called in the show once, and it was when he was dogging Phil Robertson for like 2 weeks, just absolutely dogging him. And I
guess my ringer's down. So caller, if you've got your YouTube, you'll have to. There's a delay, so you're on.
I muted it.
Dave, I just called in the show. I said, "Hey, look, Bob, you're wrong." Like,
okay, you're on Truth with Proof. I appreciate you watching. Appreciate you calling. First off,
you got it. Thanks for answering my phone. This is Trey Fisher. How you doing, my friend?
Okay, hey Trey, I'm doing good. I mentioned you earlier. Maybe you would call in. I don't think I said your name, but I said someone down in Louisiana that actually knows Phil, and you made a statement that Phil is not going to back down.
No, he ain't gonna back down, man. But here's my question. I got a few.
Yeah.
Your 2 John 1, 9 through 10, your reference there, are you referencing that Life Church shouldn't have Phil, or Phil shouldn't go to Life Church?
Well, when I referenced 2 John verses 9 and 10, I made 2 applications with it. Okay, one of them was, if you don't abide in the doctrine, you don't have God. So Life Church, as we just presented, they said a sinner's prayer and accept Jesus Christ in your heart. And I said that's not in the Bible, and I'm waiting for Life Church to call in and give me a scripture for that, where someone was told to do that to become a Christian. So there is a point there made showing that they don't abide in the doctrine. And then the second part was, members of the Church of Christ shouldn't really be supporting this because they are bringing in fellowship with false doctrine.
Okay.
But now I will say this. Let me say this, Trey. Let me say this real quick. But now, if I was to go and preach the truth, I have nothing wrong with that. Okay, I have actually nothing wrong with Phil going and preaching the truth. But now, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of all the other things I brought up, like musical instruments that they do now, I guess, and women preachers, and I don't know what else. You probably know more. I don't know, how liberal are they?
Well, I'm going to stay out all that. I'm not going to go down that hole either.
Okay.
But,
good.
Yeah, so I guess my point was, because you said Phil shouldn't fellowship with them because they don't abide in the doctrine. But then, like you brought up Acts 17, 1 through 4, where Paul went to the synagogue, right? He went to the Jews.
Yeah.
And Paul didn't believe what the Jews believed, but he went there.
Well, that's why I did correct. I said, now he wouldn't be doing anything wrong if he went and taught the truth. I did say that. I don't know if you heard me say that.
Right, okay. So here's what I'm saying. You said if you're a betting man, well, we'll bet something imaginary. Let's just say, I'm betting you he does not back down. He will preach what he believes to be true, which is what you believe to be true. I bet you anything he will mention that you need to be baptized, and he'll preach that, and he'll hit Acts 2:38. And when you said, you're like, I don't know if he will. Here's what I want to know: if he does, and when he does, will you come back and say, "I'm proud of Phil"?
Yeah, I'll come back, and I don't know exactly.
Because it sounds like you're coming a little hard on him, and I love the man. I totally disagree with him, right, on his doctrinal position. But I love him to death, and what I do love about him is he's bold. And I think that, I would think, me, back when I was in the Church of Christ, I'd been so fired up that he was going to Life Church. I'd be like, hey, man, take it to him, right? Because they don't believe what you believe. I would think you'd be happy that he's going there and is going to preach that.
Well, because I'm not convinced he will, but I'm not going to say he will or won't. But we will see, Trey. We'll see.
Okay. Well, I bet you will. And I just want you, when he does, I just want you to come back and say, man, I'm proud of Phil. He brought it. You might disagree with him on some other little things here and there.
Well, I'll tell you what. I will come back and give him. I'll give him his due reward. I will. I won't say give him my fellowship, but you know what I'm saying. I will give him praise to the degree that I believe he deserves, and I also will. I will bring up again question of the hypocrisy. How can he teach that, and they don't believe that, and everyone's okay with it?
Well, Church or Phil?
Yeah, about Life Church. I mean, how can he go up there and tell them to be baptized when their pastor says you don't have to be baptized, and it's not rocket science?
No, I get you there. I'm just more calling just to defend my old buddy Phil, who I love still to death, you know?
Hey, Trey, I want him to teach the truth. I'm not on here like saying I hope he doesn't.
No, I know you want him to. I'm just letting you know, hey,
Yeah.
take yourself a deep breath, buddy, because I promise you he will do it.
All right. And also I said I'm not a betting man. I don't know if you said I was a betting man.
No, I said, you know, if we were, let's just bet something imaginary.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might.
All right, buddy. We will see, and we'll get to talk May 10th. I look forward to it, buddy.
Oh yeah, I want to. Yeah, go ahead. You have done that plenty of times on some of your programs, but this individual on the phone, we're going to be having a live debate. I wish it was in person, but you know, with gas prices, I guess it'd break both of us to drive to each other. But we're going
to do a number 2 in person someday. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. Anything?
All right, buddy.
Anything else?
You have a good night, Travis. No, that's all I got, buddy.
Okay. You have a safe weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Before you talk about that, I want to mention, I called in the show once, and it was when he was dogging Phil Robertson for like 2 weeks, just absolutely dogging him. And the funny thing is, I was the only person that called his show to defend Phil Robertson. That's crazy, right? I called because I love Phil. Do I agree with his theology? No. But I love Phil. And the way he was just absolutely dogging him, saying he's making a deal with the devil and he's a heretic and he's this and he's that because he's not going to tell people they got to be baptized to be saved. I just called in the show. I said, hey, look, bub, you're wrong. Like I texted him before that, but he kept going. And I was like, okay, I'm going to call in. And I spoke up for Phil. I said that he would not back down. He would say what he believed at that church, whatever he was going to over there close to him, that Travis was having a fit about. And I even said on the show, I said, now listen, when he does do what I'm telling you he's going to do, what you say he's not going to do, are you going to come back and apologize? And he was like, yeah. But guess what he didn't do? He didn't apologize. He just kept on, floating him down the river. But that's what we're dealing with. So anyway, so you said you had